Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We're doing another 8-4 Magic Origins draft. Open a pretty bomb rare, Kithian's Irregulars. Awesome, really awesome, powerful card. Like, not much more to say about it. Definitely makes you commit to a fairly deep white deck, but that's hardly a downside. Other than the fact that white is the most popular color in this format, but there is really no other white pick in this pack either, which is kind of nice, I guess. It means we're not going to wheel a white pick, but it also means no one's going to be motivated to go into white based on this pack. Claustrophobia, maybe the close second, strongest card. Wild Instincts, Fetid Imp after that, possibly. Dwynen's Elite's also good, but yeah, pretty easy irregulars. All right, past the Topin Freeblade. I'd say that's a really nice gift after our first pick. So, all right, Freeblade it is. What else is good in this pack? I mean, a couple decent white picks. Nothing else, though, really. Just the rare was taken out of here. Topin Freeblade, a Crone Sergeant's good. Boggart Brute, Way of the Underworld's playable for sure. But yeah, that's about it. Topin Freeblade is certainly the strongest card in there. Okay, so we're actually going to miss on a white pick here, I think. So now the choice is between Leaf Gilder for like a green-white beatdown or Clash of Wills for like a blue-white sort of deck. I think Leaf Gilder might actually be better. Green-white beatdown is an archetype I like quite a bit. Could also go for the red-white deck, take the Call the Full Moon. I'm not the biggest fan of this card. I think it's potentially very strong, but I think I like Leaf Gilder more. It can beat down, and it gets to your 4s and 5 drops a little bit faster. So I think we'll take it. Maybe we'll find some Citadel Castellans as well, which would be pretty nice. Or is it Castellan? Now I forgot again already. All right, Totem Guide Hartebeest, we'll take it. Don't have an aura yet, but I'm hoping we'll find one. I guess we could take Wild Instincts as well. But I think there's more potential upside with Hartebeest. You know, getting that 2-for-1 value. And a 2/5 body is certainly not to be overlooked in this format. So, sure, let's take the Totem Guide Hartebeest. Yeah, and I think it is a close second with Wild Instincts, but Hartebeest. I think if we want to, wow, definitely slamming Topin Freeblade here. But I was going to say, if we want to pick a color to be based on the first 4 picks, we certainly want to be white, and we don't necessarily have to be green. The only reason we took the green pick is because there really was not a good white pick to choose from. But here, getting a Topin Freeblade 5th pick is like a big Omega gift. All right, got some choices here. We could actually take Goblin Glory Chaser, which I think is a fine card. I don't actually think it's great, but I think it's certainly playable. I think it's fine. I mean, it's one of those cards that's amazing turn 1 and really not that good turn 5 and 6. But otherwise, there's Might of the Masses to stay with the green, which is fine. I mean, Might of the Masses is a very good card, especially in a green-white beatdown deck. It's a really nice card to have with Topin Freeblades. Basically, the green-white deck is just really nice because you can just really beat down effectively. I guess I'll take Might just because I like my Leaf Gilder already. We'll see if that pans out. There wasn't a white pick in there, I don't think. This is a bit of a miss. We're just going to cut the white card here. I mean, there's a Prickle Boar, which is fine. Prickle Boar is more playable than a heavy infantry. All right, I'll take the Prickle Boar, actually. I just think it's highly unlikely we'll take or we'll play a heavy infantry. And even though, I mean, it's okay with Renown for sure. But I would rather have a Prickle Boar if we end up in red, I guess. All right, I'll take the Phalanx. It's expensive, but we already have a Leaf Gilder. It's a really powerful card. I mean, we're passing up a Bonded Construct for it or a Hitchclaw Recluse. I'll take Phalanx. It's a really late Phalanx anyway. Okay, I think we legitimately miss here. So there's not even a good card remaining out of this. Probably Return Centaur is the strongest one. We'll take that. I'm just not going to play Healing Hands. I mean, Elemental Bond, just a hard card to play. You can't even find it with Heart of Beast. It's auras only. Murder Investigation's pretty lackluster, but I guess I'll take Vastwood Gorger. I just would prefer to not play Murder Investigation most of the time. All right, we'll take the Battle Priest, continue to cut white. Okay with that. Yeah, I'll take another Battle Priest. It's okay. I don't think... Preferably, we don't play either of them, but I'm fine taking them for now. I think we're likely to end up in green-white, just based on the 8 picks we got. They're pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I definitely like... I like this start. We have no removal, which is a bit of an issue. So we really want to find a suppression bonds for Heart of Beast. We do have Might of the Masses and Kithian's Irregulars as like a combat trick, and I guess Kithian Irregulars is some temporary removal, but yeah, this deck could use some suppression bonds and Swift Reckonings, stuff like that. Wild Instincts. Dwynen's good. Is there anything else, though? I mean, there's a Knight of the Pilgrim's Road, but I think we take Dwynen here. I like it. We already have one elf. And if we're in green, I imagine we find some others. And a 4-mana 3/4 reach alone is pretty good, but its other abilities obviously put it over the edge a little bit. There's also Fiery Impulse and a Crone Sergeant and Erois's Champion. All good red and or white cards. But I think we just take Dwynen. It's a good card. Dwynen is good. All right, here's our suppression bonds. I think we just slam that. And thankfully, really not giving up much for it. Rune Servitor is probably the next closest pick for us. So, yeah, Suppression Bonds is a great pickup. Wow. Definitely take an Undercity Troll here. I mean, there is a Wild Instincts, but Double Token Freeblade Undercity Troll, that's a beatdown. It's also Celestial Flare and Pharika's Disciple, 2 cards I really like, but it's got to be Troll there. We've got some powerhouse 2-drop renown guys now. Past a Majoring Responder. I mean, the card's really good. We already have a 7-drop, though, which makes me hesitant, but otherwise I take, like, Disciple, which is certainly weaker than Responder. I guess Tactician's actually really good with our 2-drops, but I guess we just take the Responder. Am I going to end up playing an 18-land deck if I'm playing 2 7-drops? It's a real question. Now at this point, I'd really like another Leaf Gilder. I think that's going to be super helpful. But I think we play Responder over like a Gorger, you know? Even though I could use some more early game, Responder just seems too good to pass there. I'll take the Enshrouding Mist. It's really good with our 2-drops. There's also a Crone Sergeant and a couple Caterpillars in here, but let's take the Mist. Mist is very good. I definitely like the look of the deck, but like I said, we're going to have to lower the curve. Is it a Nissa's Pilgrimage deck? Oh, man. You guys know how I feel about that card, but considering I have 2 super powerhouse 7-drops, I'm actually debating playing Pilgrimage. It doesn't even fix for Phalanx, which is a problem. What am I? Otherwise, I'm taking a Griffin, which I think is underwhelming anyway. I guess we'll take a Pilgrimage. I don't think I'm playing more than one if I'm playing any. There's a Griffin. Now I kind of want Recluse. I feel like Charging Griffin doesn't block well enough to get us to our late game. Could also take the Automaton, which is fine. I think I'll take Recluse. It fits the curve a little bit better. I'll take Aerial Volley for sideboard. I usually don't love it, but nothing else in here, really. I'm just going to take the Champion. Although I could take Yoke Docs, but kind of don't want to play against Champion. I might, I don't know. I guess I'll take the Ox. I might want it. I probably don't want it, though. Another Pilgrimage. I told you I kind of don't want the first one. Multiple pilgrimages makes me really uncomfortable. I think between Leaf Gilder and Pilgrimage, I'm good. I'm going to hate this Titan Strength. Alright, I'll take an Alchemist Vial. It's certainly playable. Zendikar Incarnate. It's definitely the strongest card. Consecrated by Blood might be decent for somebody. Alright, prefer to not play the Ox. I'd still prefer to not play Nissa's Pilgrimage, but I actually think Vial fits kind of nicely in this deck with double Free Blade and a Undercity Troll. So what does this deck need? I guess I would prefer to play Leaf Gilders way more than play Pilgrimage. So I would love another 2 Leaf Gilders. I'd pick the card pretty high. Still removal light, but not to a point where I'm like super worried about it. Relic Seeker with no auras yet, but that's okay. I mean, it's still another 2-drop Renown guy, which I probably just want. There's also Titanic Growth, Rock Mauler, and Enshrouding Mist, but we're good on late game. We're going to take Relic Seeker. Some good red cards in here, but I think Relic Seeker is actually fine, even if you don't have an equipment. And we might be able to find an equipment too. Hopefully, yeah, hopefully we'll Enshrouding Mist, Titanic Growth, or Rock Mauler. Any of those would be nice. Wow, Anointer's really good. There's also Suppression Bonds and a Naturalist. This pack has everything we want. Yeah, I'm kind of at a loss at what I like the most, to be honest. Anointer is insane with our 2-drops. Just insane. Suppression Bonds, also insane. Naturalist, insane. I think I want Anointer. I feel like it works. The fact that we have 4 straight up Renown guys really makes Anointer super strong in this deck. And it's just 1 mana. That's tough. I mean, I want more removal too, but how can I take more removal when I've got a 1-drop that just works so well in the deck? I think I'm taking Anointer. That's tough though, because Conclave, Naturalist, Suppression Bonds are both really strong too. Oh wow. I think we'd take Stalwart Haven. I could take another Hartebeest, but we only have 1 Suppression Bonds. And Stalwart Haven fits the curve really nicely. I mean, there's Titanic Growth too, but we actually could use a couple more creatures. Another Topin Freeblade? Yeah, we're taking that over Visionary. Not a ton of 2-drops I take over Visionary, but Freeblade is certainly one of them. So would another Troll, but that's pretty excellent. Pretty insanely excellent. Another Gideon's Phalanx. I can't play 3 7-drops in this deck, can I? I think the thing is there's nothing else for us, so I guess I could take Warhorn, but I'll take Phalanx. At this point, Pilgrimage is actually just really good. I can take Bonded Construct, I guess. Yeah, I'm undecided on 3 7-drops. If I get another Pilgrimage, I can actually... Is Animus Awakening playable? Probably not, right? There's an Evolving Wilds to fix for red cards, but I don't think that's what this deck needs. How do I play Animus Awakening? I don't think this card's very good. Maybe this is something I should be playing in a deck if I really want to consider 777 drop. You can totally just miss on it too, but I guess we'll take it. Now I guess I wish I'd taken that second Pilgrimage, but we might not even end up playing. I don't even know if I'm going to play 3 7-drops. I could just take Charging Griffin here. I could also take another Construct, but I think we want Charging Griffin now, and maybe I just shy away from most of our 7-drops. We'll see. Enshrouding Mist number 2 is insane here. Yeah, I think we're actually just going to play a straight-up beatdown deck. I could take Sidearm to find something with Relic Seeker. That's not a terrible idea, actually. And Sidearm's good with all of our 2-drops. All right, I'm going to cut back on 7-drops. I think we're abandoning this ramp plan. We just have too good of an early game plan to want to spoil it with a ton of 7-drops. Guess we'll take Mantle of Webs. All right. Sure. So, okay. So, yeah, I think we're going to abandon most of our 7-drop plan. Maybe not most of it, but at least a couple of it. Because I kind of just still don't want to run Pilgrimage. I just don't like how Pilgrimage interacts with like the rest of what we've got going on, because we've got such a good early game plan. I don't know why I would want to spoil it with having too many 7-drops that I wouldn't be able to play. Like, I'm okay with cutting a Phalanx and cutting like a Gorger, still having like 2 7-drops. Maybe not though. Maybe I can cut Awakening, Pilgrimage, and run Gorger. I can also cut a Gorger and run a Pilgrimage over it, and just maybe a Phalanx and a Responder are good enough for the late game. You have to remember that Pilgrimage is not good because it only finds basic forests, so it does not get you to your... It doesn't help with irregulars, it doesn't help with Phalanx fixing. I mean, I could cut a Bonded Construct for the Pilgrimage, I guess. I think Pilgrimage is probably better than Awakening. I think. Probably is. I think Awakening is probably a little too inconsistent to hope to make it work. But yeah, double Phalanx with Responder I think is too much 7-drop. So I guess I'm going to run Pilgrimage for the first time. Just because it's probably better than Construct. Construct seems unnecessary for the most part in this deck. I like the way this deck looks. I mean, if you look at our 2-drops, pretty insane. We have a good amount of creatures. Don't have a ton of removal, but we do have Heart of Beast, Suppression Bonds, Double Enshrouding Mist, Might of the Masses, Alchemist Vial, sort of removal. Majoring Responder, sort of removal. Okay. I'm pretty comfortable with this deck. I think it looks good. Okay. So, more white than red, of course. Or white than green, rather. But we probably still want at least 7 green, so let's do that. 10-7 I think is a pretty appropriate split. We only need 1 green to cast the Pilgrimage, and that'll find us the 2nd green for Dwynen. Yeah, powerful looking deck. Despite being a little bit removal light, I think this deck is very powerful. We come out of the gate swinging really fast. And on top of that, we have a good late game plan. So I think this deck is pretty powerful. I still think it's correct to not run 3 7-drops. I think that's just... Even double 7-drops is making me a little hesitant. If I didn't have a Leaf Gilder and a Nissus Pilgrimage, I think 1 7-drop would be enough. But this is definitely the deck, so we'll run it like this, and we'll see you round 1.